Hi guys, welcome back. In today's video, we are talking about wedding season. Are you a bride and you wanna come up with the perfect look? Are you in the wedding party for mother of the brides? This is it. It's a universal look. It's super easy and I'm gonna show you how to do it right now. The first thing for skin prep first is like a nice little wipe down with a makeup wipe just to make sure that there's no extra oils or dirt, grease, any of that stuff on the face. And then I'm gonna give it a nice little refresh of moisture. This is the Belief Aqua Bomb Mist. So this is just a nice little burst of hydration. It's very light and refreshing. This is Amrezy's. Just on the back of my hand, squirt it a little bit on there, and then I'm just going to very lightly around the nose, especially any of the dry areas that are going to become problems later. So really make sure that it's worked in there. I'm also gonna put a little bit here because that's a problem zone for me. That's like a dry spot. Then I might put a little bit right here in these outer corners. It took me a while to figure that out. I was just thinking why does my makeup look so weird in the outer corners of my eyes? It's because it's dry. So I kind of touched on this in the video that I did with Linda, that there is a foundation that I haven't really talked about on camera. It's something that I struggled with to make work for me and I couldn't quite figure it out, and I didn't really give you an update. This is Estee Lauder Double Wear Foundation. I have heard about this, and you have too, that it's a holy grail, that it's amazing, and it is all of those things, but I could not get it to lay down on my skin. It was a problem. But you know what is making it work is this Touch in Soul No Problem Primer. This came in a BoxyCharm a couple boxes ago. It's like a very slippy, soft, slimy almost kind of a primer, which is definitely not what I like in a primer, if I use a primer at all. But this, with this, for me and my skin type, perfect. Take one pump, boop, and then I work it in everywhere that I have crazy giant pores, which is my whole face. Everywhere that there is a line, fill it in. If at some point that you start rubbing something on top of another product and it starts pilling up, start over. Start over. You can't save it. Next up is the foundation, and what I like to do with the foundation is shake it a lot. You have to work in small sections, so I'm going to start on the forehead. This is super high coverage foundation and it dries down immediately. Okay, so that's part of the struggle that I had with working with it. It goes on best for me with a brush. So I put it on and then I tap. This is an It Cosmetics foundation brush. It seems to work the best for me with this formula because the brush is so soft. This doesn't have a pump, which sucks. So I just put it on my finger like this. And then I'm going to work one side of the face. Hi, Murray. Murray's coming to use the litter box. Of course. All right. Now we're going to the second side of the face. So I've done both sides of the face and the forehead. I'm gonna take a little bit down the nose and then a little bit more around my chin because that's kind of my problem zone. That's just so red. It is so windy here today. I don't know what the heck is going on. Sorry if you can hear that. Okay, so the next thing I do is some concealing, and it's concealing and a little bit of contouring via brightening under the eye. I'm gonna use a beauty sponge today. We're using the good old beauty blender. I haven't used one in so long. I used to be super beauty blender snob because I felt like the other brands, the other beauty sponges just didn't do it. It's not true. Some of them are better. Shh. So the next thing is a little bit of cream contour. If you pair a powder product with a cream product, it's locked in there all day. If you use only cream or only powder, you might not get the best staying power. So for a full day of needing to look super amazed, I like to pair it. So we're gonna do that with cream contour. So I'm using this Fenty matchstick in the color Amber. So under the cheekbone, because I just want to enhance this natural shadow. And I'm gonna do a little bit up here in this hairline. I'm gonna do a little bit down the sides of the nose, a little bit under the nose, and a little bit under the lip, and a little bit along the jawline. This is very important for photographs. When you take a picture, you look in the mirror and you know that you look awesome, and then you look at the picture and you're like, what's going on? I look like I have no... Ugh. But the contour is gonna force the illusion of a shadow and a contour if you might just not be holding your head right? You guys haven't really seen me use these kinds of brushes on myself. I'm realizing now that I don't think I've ever used these in a video. They're super dense, but also very, very soft. These Flower Beauty blush bombs are awesome. I'm gonna go in with this color Pinched. I don't think I've shown you this color before, but it's just a very natural peachy color. This is the Luxie 516 Duo Fiber powder brush. This is not powder. Pounce, pounce, pounce into my hand and then apply. And then I find that that gives me kind of the best color payoff. We're gonna do the same thing with this Liquid Glow. This is Anastasia Beverly Hills Liquid Glow in the color Perla. You have seen me use this before. It's just a liquid highlight. This is all about kind of a smart layering. You know, I'm just gonna kind of tap it out with a finger. So you tap it on with one finger that has the product on it, and then you kind of blend it out with the other while it's still very, very wet. Don't worry about it being too strong right now because we're gonna end up putting powder over it that is definitely going to dull it down. And then we'll add another layer on to kind of bring it back. It seems stupid. Like, if you're gonna dull it down, why bother with the powder? Because if you don't set your powder, you're gonna start sweating because everyone sweats and your whole makeup is just gonna slide off your face. It's true. I haven't talked about this at all. This Too Faced Peach Perfect Mattifying Loose Setting Powder in Translucent is bomb. It's so good. It smells good. If you get a little bit in your mouth, it tastes good. What I really love about this container is that when you take the lid off, it has another lid, pop-up lid with a sifter. It keeps it all really super contained, so when you take that lid off, you don't get that poof dust. I just sprinkle a little bit into this lid. Whatever you don't use, you just pour back onto that top, close the lid. Safe and sound. Okay, so this brush, this is the Real Techniques Instapop face brush. It's a very dense powder brush, but it's on a really cool angle, and it's big. So what I like to do is dip it into my powder, just press it down, tap it off, make sure that I don't have any crazy creasing right now, and then I just press very lightly. Covers a lot of area. It's super soft. And I got it at Target. I don't remember how much it was. Sorry. I will link it down below with the price point. Now, we're gonna go over with powder, contour, and highlight. Okay, so I'm gonna roll it into a nice cool toned contour color. And we're just going over everywhere that we placed the cream contour. And you wanna use a super light hand. This is where it could get to mud status. But this just kind of helps to, you know, relax that hairline, soften it a little bit. So it's just a more pleasing look, especially for pictures. What we're doing here is we're kind of helping everyone to have a more pronounced, structured jawline, because what happens is, you know, your hair is pulled up, now your neck and chin is exposed, and if you have a weak chin like me, for example, you know, if you catch me at the wrong angle, I'm gonna look like an earthworm. Now, I'm gonna save blush and highlighter until maybe a little bit later, but what we're gonna do now is put on the eyebrows, and I have done my eyebrows 10 bazillion times. So I'm just going to pause, come back with eyebrows on. Eyeshadow. This is the best wedding palette ever. The wind! Could you not? The Jaclyn Hill palette paired with the Naked Reloaded palette from Urban Decay. Perfect combination. I start with eyeliner, which sounds crazy, but when you start with eyeliner and then you put the shadows and stuff on top, you can soften it. So I'm gonna start with a dark brown pencil. This is the Endlessly Silky eye pen from Pixi. It's not focusing on it. This is a perfect dupe for the Urban Decay 24/7 Glide On pencils. It's super soft, it stays, it's got major staying power and great pigment. I am going to line the upper lash line. Okay, then with a small smudger brush, you are just working that in and smudging. Okay, so what I do first is kind of all over the lid go on with something that matches the skin tone. So I'm gonna use this color Blur from the Naked Reloaded palette. Then with a pointed crease brush, you're gonna take some color from either palette that matches kind of the eyeliner color. Go into the Jaclyn, and you could use kind of any of these tones. And I'm gonna use the color Central Park. And you start in the outer corner and then bringing it into the crease. I know this seems out of order, but I promise it is by design because you want this to be a very soft look. What you're doing is you're blending out here towards the tail and then up here towards the front of the brow, like a V kind of shape. You want to take a nice crease brush. This is a Morphe M433, and you want to dip into a shimmery brown, something with a gold reflect, and this is Meeks or 24/7. You just kind of use that to help you blend. So it might seem like sacrilege to use a shimmer in the crease, but what it does is help soften the deepness of the color so it doesn't look too strong. Where you use the smudger brush on the eyeliner, you could use that, whatever's left on it, to kind of define your lower lash line, or you could just, you know, take a little bit of that liner, tap it on your lash line, just a tiny, tiny, tiny bit, like way less than you think you need, and then use whatever's left on that first brush that had the deepest color on it. It's all about staying as soft as possible. So you're definitely gonna get that color and definition, but it's not gonna be strong, sharp, and harsh. All right, now with a nice flat definer brush, I like to dip into that same metallic color, and then I will stamp that onto the lower lash line. Now with a shader brush, I'm going to dip into a shimmery champagne color, and in this palette, it's gonna be this color right here called Obsessed, and I'm putting it in this inner corner of the lid about to the center. Now with a round definer brush, I'm gonna dip into a highlight tone. So you want something that's very bright, maybe a little bit of shimmer in it. In light or this color Beam, you can mix them together, you could choose one or the other, and you're gonna place this right under the arch of the eyebrow. That just brings the perfect amount of like pop. You can also bring that right in the inner corner. You could use a different brush for this, it's probably smarter. So the next step is to put mascara on top and bottom lashes, and then lashes. So sometimes people don't want to wear lashes, and that's totally cool. Lashes are always going to look better in pictures. However, it's not everybody's jam. I'm going to do lashes, and I like to do a very dramatic, not like super drag dramatic, you know, long, pretty, and fluffy. A good example of that is there are these Baddington lashes that I am obsessed with. See how they're kind of like longer in the middle, shorter on either side. That's just the shape that I like for my eyes. A perfect dupe for them are these Ardell Foam Ink 812s. I'm gonna use these today. Holy wind! This video is gonna sound like crap. Okay, so we're back. So we have lashes on and mascara, a lot of it. I wanna put a little bit of nude eyeliner right in my waterline. So it's gonna make my eye look whiter, brighter, more awake, more fresh. Oh my god, my hair is so dirty, you guys. Don't look at it. Okay, so next I want to do blush, highlighter, and lipstick. I'm gonna use today this Anastasia Beverly Hills Amrezy highlighter. This is a very universal color. It works great on all skin types, pretty much everywhere that we had put the liquid. And what that does is it just kind of wakes it back up. I feel like I'm pulling like a neutral to peachy kind of color, so I'm just gonna use MAC Melba. I always put a little bit more blush than you think you need. Now, lips. For lips, I try to keep it as natural as possible. So I'm gonna try to find a lip pencil to, you know, do a little bit of lip liner that very closely matches your regular lip tone. So for me, I'm gonna use this NYX Suede lip liner in the color London. This Christopher Buckle lipstick that came in last month's BoxyCharm or this month's BoxyCharm really kind of matches my lip color, and the performance is really good. So I do like to do a little bit of lip gloss because it just looks really pretty, especially in pictures. So this is the Fenty Beauty Gloss Bomb in the original color. This is Fenty Glow. The very last step is to set your face. So this is Gerard Cosmetics Slay All Day. I'm almost to the bottom of it. So not only will that setting spray set all of the makeup on your face, but if you have a lot of powders, powder blush, powder highlighter, setting translucent powder, it will eliminate the powderiness and make it look more like skin. Okay, this is the finished look. I will make sure to list all of the 1 bazillion products that I used to achieve this look down in the description box, including prices. If you have any questions, make sure you leave them down in the comments below and we will talk all about it. This is a very smoky but natural. It's you pumped up to 11. It's very wearable, easy to touch up by somebody who maybe doesn't wear a lot of makeup. If you're doing your own makeup for your wedding, perfect. If you're the mother of the bride, perfect. If you're a bridesmaid, perfect. If you're a guest, Perfect. Thank you so much for watching this video. I really appreciate it. If you liked it, let me know with a thumbs up and a comment down below. You can follow me on all the socials. You can subscribe, hit the notification bell. I'll catch you here every Thursday at noon here on YouTube where I release a new video. And that's it. I will catch you in the next video. Bye! I don't have everything together. From the Naked Read. The next step is 100 layers of mascara. That light is way too bright. Just be careful with moisturizer. God, there's a hair on me. Get off. And the wind, man.